3 or 4 weeks ago, I saw a video that Yomi Fabiyi was granting interview for the mother, and the way the mother behaved was somehow, I was like, hey, shall we lay them why justice is me? I just walk up passing now Nasabi. But this interview is so interesting, and I said, no, let's talk about this interview. So I'm going to put on my speaker, and I want us to start listening to the interview. Where I need to talk, I will pause and I will say 1 or 2 things. Then we continue.
One thing I will tell him is that even if the whole world do not believe what I've been saying,
I'm sorry. It's 30 minutes.
I've not even want the death of my husband. It still feels like my husband is still alive because he's in Yaba morgue. He has not been buried. And he's been pieces twice. They literally did 2 autopsy. The government autopsy and the private autopsy my father-in-law did. I made it known that I have been waiting for the DNA. They said once the DNA is done, I shouldn't tell the public the result of the DNA. He has called me a promiscuous woman.
I thought they said the interview, the DNA has been done at a point. She said if they call her for interview, she's ready. I thought they said the DNA has been done.
He has called me a cheating wife. It was even the one that initiated that marriage.
Right. And he was president, of course, during the
He was the happiest. He has tried to take my right away from me as a woman. I could not even sleep. Like, I had to stop breastfeeding my baby. My father-in-law wanted to be in control
of
my husband's properties.
If your son and I are married today, what will you tell him?
One thing I will tell him is that even if the whole world do not believe what I've been saying, you know deep down that you maltreated my husband. It has really gotten to a point that it's either I speak up or I die in silence.
I'm trying to only hear me if I want to show you.
Without going into all of the things that have happened,
yeah,
how are you?
You just asked a very huge question.
Yeah.
I would say I'm fine because, my sadness is not going to change anything. So, regardless of whatever I feel,
yeah,
at least I'm still here, still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say I'm fine.
So in this answer now, you talk about sadness.
Yeah.
And again, there's a lot that has happened.
Yeah, a lot.
First, obviously, I know that the loss of your husband has been the biggest of all of this.
Yeah.
What is the saddest thing for you in all the things that have happened after? For a grieving widow who has a less than
5-month-old baby.
Yes, at the time of the passing.
Yeah.
What has been the saddest thing that has happened since this?
I feel like the saddest thing I've experienced so far is the fact that the person that's supposed to be in guard from my late husband, this person that's supposed to be my son and highest protector, is our chief prosecutor.
Right.
And he's been everywhere trying to, recruit people to turn against my son and I, both online and offline. Like, he's been from one threat to another.
This is Mohbad's father you're talking about?
My father-in-law,
Father-in-law.
Yeah, so he's been from one threat to another. We no longer feel safe. Like, I literally get death threat almost every day in my DMs. I barely go out. My baby, his grandchild also, he's been deprived of so many childhood memories, but there's nothing for me to do than just to see how things goes.
What's the problem with your father-in-law exactly? Between you and him?
Yeah, so I feel like the problem is just about family disputes.
Okay.
The problem is more like a competition between him and Liam.
Your father-in-law and your son?
Yes.
A competition.
It sounds funny, but that's the actual truth.
Could you explain that?
Yeah, because after the death of my husband, a lot happened, and my father-in-law wanted to be in control
of
my husband's properties.
Right.
The fact that there was Liam in the picture, because there was one time I actually called him to ask him, like, what happened? What do we do to deserve all of this? Like, why have you been out there defaming your grandchild and me? And he was like,
I thought, as a grieving widow, when the interviewer was asking her, what is the saddest of all these things? I was expecting her to say the saddest is that my husband has not been able to get justice. Because I think everything is all about the justice for Mohbad. And which is why some of us are questioning the way she carried on. I thought that's supposed to be the saddest thing of this thing is that my husband is still there in the morgue. He has not been buried. And also, we have not gotten justice to know what pied him. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Why do I have to take Liam away from him? Why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place on the Highland? That means that is my husband rented apartment.
Right.
That was not supposed to bring him over to meet him in a corridor because himself and my mother-in-law, they're nothing. good things.
Right.
You know, you're like, he was just trying to manipulate me.
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know.
So your father-in-law and your mother-in-law are not on good terms.
Yeah.
Right. So he was not asking, why did you take the son
Yes,
to the
yeah, after my husband's demise.
Yes, right.
So yeah, so I explained to him, I made him understand that my mother-in-law has been the only one asking of Liam. He never did. Instead, he was always online defaming us, and you know. Then I apologized to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologized. I told him I was sorry. That I would bring him over to him.
When was this?
That was I think 3 weeks after my husband's demise. Then it was like I started going online talking about the DNA,
Yes.
and you know.
So he had already started talking about the DNA.
DNA, yes. That was when I called him.
Right. That's when you now called him.
Yes. So he made me understand that why do I have to take Liam to my mother-in-law's place? Like, is it not the owner of his grandchild? Like trying to make me feel like a bad person. But I understand where he was heading to. So I just had to apologize to him to make things, you know, to make things calm. And I asked him again, like, what happened? Why are you doing this to me?
Right.
Then he responded by saying, he's sure that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what he wants. And truly, a lot of people called me. My dad, my mother-in-law, my husband's friend, and few people we have around literally called me to tell me what he wants. And you know, he told my father, whatever that belongs to my husband, I know that I have access to. I should make sure that I hand over everything to him, including the landed property, God for Liam. So I told him the same thing that he has been telling people, like, this is what these people are telling me. And I made him understand that, Daddy, you have, like, my husband got you 2 lands before his demise, one in Ekiti and one in Ikorodu. Like, why do you want to take the one that belongs to Liam?
Right.
Then he was like, I shouldn't question him, that is what he wants. Then I said, okay. Then he was like, what effort? He said it in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand Yoruba.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he said, irú ayawoloko lawyer promise tí mo pè pé kó gbé nǹkan mú kó fún mi ní nǹkan mọ́ mi tó bá mi sọ wípé ó bímọ ṣé ọmọ mi náà fẹ́ máa lẹ̀ fún mi ni. Like, I don't know if I can.
As the head of the family, she said the father was asking the lawyer. I think at the point, immediately the way things are going, the father has the right to ask. I don't know. We are not sure of what the man really asked. Maybe the man was asking, can I know what Mohbad really has? And maybe the lawyer now said, whatever he has is for Liam. What is the purpose of this interview? I will listen to it from the beginning to the end. Maybe I'm not getting it. So let us finish listening to it. Then you people should please call in. Maybe I'm the one that didn't get it. That what is the interview for? Because I was expecting about justice for Mohbad, you know, that it's going to be about justice for Mohbad, an avenue to speak her pain. That my husband is still lying there. The guy has not been buried. I need to move on with my life. Because as long as that guy is still in the morgue, there is no closure for her. She needs that closure. You know, so I was expecting for her to talk about the burial, but about the guy in the morgue and the justice.
So he actually said, what effort does my lawyer?
Does your lawyer have?
My husband's lawyer has. Right. He requested for his son's properties, and he was telling him that he has a son. So who is his grandchild to start asking him to start dictating what he wants?
That's why you talk about the competition between him and the grandchild.
Yeah.
So he said to his son's lawyer, who is the grandchild,
to challenge him exactly
on Mohbad's
my husband's property.
He has a right to.
But like, this is one thing that most people do not know, and you know, I was not even given the chance to talk. So I was not given the chance to say my own side of the story. So you know, as much as I feel like some things need to be addressed. I still had the mindset that I don't know how people would react if I should talk, because without hearing anything from me, they've crucified me. They've said a lot of things about me.
Yeah.
So you know, that alone has, you know, made me, like, my low self-esteem to be very, very low, because you know I no longer have the audacity to at least speak on things that really matters. Yeah. So I think
about this property,
that is one thing that's been causing the whole issue. The fact that Liam is in the picture.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is his grandchild.
It sounds strange to me also. You know, it will sound weird to say it, but you know, I'm left with no choice. I just have to say it as it is, because it has really gotten to a point that either I speak up or I die in silence. So I feel like me speaking up will be the right thing for me at this point.
The biggest thing that I think, based on what I've read, your father-in-law has, I think there are 2 things that I have heard. I don't know if they are from him. One is that he has questioned whether yourself and your husband were married. Yeah. And 2, he has questioned whether your husband is the father
of my child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of the child.
On the first one, you know, I know that as far back as 2003, if I remember correctly, a popular actress had gone online and confirmed that you guys were married.
2023.
Yeah.
What's the exact status of that marriage thing? Because I think that's the first thing they all.
There's something you should know. They are keeping this away from you.
I'm sorry, adverts.
Spoke about, yeah, it was a traditional marriage, like,
Right.
yeah.
Which is recognized under the
Of
law.
course it is.
Right. So it wasn't
Okay,
an
she said he has
introduction.
been
It was
attacking her.
the
Yeah, she
funniest
said
thing is
it,
that he
yeah.
was even the one that made that possible. I mean, my father-in-law.
How so?
That is the funniest thing, because left to me and my husband, we just wanted to live our life. Because we were young couples. Like, I was 23 when I got pregnant.
Right.
And so he was the one coming to us, because that man is actually my friend. Like, we were literally close.
Yes, I've seen some text messages.
We were very close. Like, he's like a father to me. You know, that is one thing that the media did not get to know. He's like he was my friend in that marriage. So he was even the one that came to me to tell me that, I'm like, now that I'm pregnant, that we need to get things done. That if I was to be his daughter, he would never allow me to train my child in my husband's house, because he was not married, because he's not married to me. That I should go to my parents' house. I should get the list and send it to him.
So your father-in-law is the one that even encouraged you guys to
That
get
is the
married.
funniest thing. Left to me, I won't get married, because I knew my husband loved me, and he knows I love him too. So we just want to live our life.
Right.
So he was even the one that initiated that marriage.
Right. And he was present, of course, during the
He was the happiest. He called me early morning on my introduction, on my marriage, on my engagement day. I think around 6 a.m. He called me to pray for me. Like, he was the happiest that day. He was the happiest.
And now he's saying that marriage did not happen.
Yeah, because my husband is not here to defend me. It's so sad, Mr. Chode. It's really sad. Well, that's the core reality I now have to face. It's really sad, honestly.
Then the one that sorry, I'm sorry.
Should you go obey the right question now?
I'm very sorry.
Who arranged the interview?
Yeah, I'm fine now. Thank you.
Okay.
Should is not even asking the right question.
Then he questioned the paternity of the child.
Yeah,
How did you hear that your father-in-law was questioning the paternity of your child?
I got to know online.
So he came online and did a video.
He never called me. He never called any of the
Why is
family
that
members
DNA thing?
to ask for the DNA of Liam.
Why is that
So he just
DNA
came online
thing
and
big
said,
deal?
nobody's not the father of the
I
child.
swear to God.
Going to
Did you call
now.
him after that?
Of course I did.
And then what did he say?
He didn't say anything. He was just saying, why do you have to take Liam away from him? Like, he didn't, like, I was expecting him to talk about the pattern. Like, ask me for the DNA, I'm your daughter-in-law. He never did. Even when I called him, the word he was telling me was, why do I have to take Liam away from him?
So it's like he's punishing you for
Yeah.
taking... Is there nobody in the family that can call him?
To her,
Yes.
he's the head of the family. I think he should be in his late 50s. Right. So he's the head. So I don't think there should be anybody somewhere that would, because he knows what to do, he knows the right thing. But, he's just using the DNA as a tool to punish me. To punish my son and I. Yeah.
When's the first time he asked for a DNA test in public?
So when the DNA narrative came out, at first I didn't take it serious, because I was like, who is this guy asking for the DNA of my child? Like, who is in the grand scheme of things? Like, this guy's...
I expect Chud to ask a question when she said the man loved her. They were best of friends. I was expecting Chud to ask, then at what point did everything turn around and you became fighter? You are fighting each other. When she said we were best of friends, the man loved me, the man was even the one that pushed us to marry and said, go and get your list. She said at a point, they are comfortable the way they are. But the man said, let her marry. Come and do marriage. Then you should have asked, at what point did this now happen that the man is now fighting you? I don't know why this DNA thing is a big deal, honestly.
Nobody to us. So why is he asking for the
Who is the
paternity?
person that asked?
I don't want to mention his name.
Right. Was this a blogger?
Like, social media.
Social media content creators.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
VDM.
Then, I was like, why is he asking for the DNA of my child?
Yeah.
So I didn't take him serious. Not until my father-in-law started talking about it. And I had to put a call through to him. I called him, I asked him again, like, Daddy, what really happened? Like, why are you doing this to Liam? And he kept on saying, why do you have to take him to my mother-in-law's place? Does it bear my mother-in-law's son? Like, what effort do I have to take him to my mother-in-law's place and not his own house in Ikorodu? Is he not the owner of his grandchild? And I still tried to tell him, Daddy, I'm scared, because you've been going out there to say different things about me. But I'm scared, like, you cannot keep doing this and expect me to bring Liam to you. And he was like, okay, what's the problem? And, he hung up. So I was expecting him to talk about the DNA, but he never did. So I think, the next day he went on live on TikTok, on Instagram Live to talk about the DNA again. Like, it was...
Okay, she said it was when she took Liam to the father-in-law that the fight started. Okay.
It's like almost every day. So I think 3 days after I called him again. Like, I wanted to ask him, like, what does he really want? Like, I really want him to stop going out there to defame my baby. But he didn't pick up my calls. I called him repeatedly for like a week, but he did not pick up. So I stopped calling. So I think around November...
Somebody said lies. The call to him was when you started cursing him and you were recorded. Okay, I remember there was this voice note that surfaced online where she and the father-in-law, she was cursing the father-in-law that if anything should happen to Liam. I remember that this thing now. So is it that Truth does not know the details of this story to ask the necessary question? Was he not following, you know?
It was around November. He sent a message to my lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will be pausing. No, somebody said if the same thing happened to Wunmi, everyone will go after Mohbad to know what happened to Wunmi. God bless you, Auntie Titilola Falana. God bless you. You are talking as a parent. Thank you for not being biased. If it were to be Wunmi that by this is the way we would not stop talking and asking, Mohbad, what by Wunmi? You need to tell us because you were the one that was present with him, with her. Thank you very much, Auntie Titi.
Message to my lawyer that I should bring Liam to him, but I want to perform a DNA test on him. So my lawyer sent him to me, and I told my lawyer that I am scared. Like, I'm scared to take my baby to him because he has gone out there to say so many defamatory things about me. He has said it publicly that he hates me so much. Like even went as far as trying to cajole my brother-in-law to lie, like to.
Sorry, Emma Bino. Somebody said Truth asked all these questions. You need to watch the old interview. Is it the one on YouTube? Because I'm watching from YouTube now. Is there another interview? The one I saw, is there another interview somewhere? Because number conflict clip kekere sita. Okay, there is another interview somewhere. Where? Go that's Mary.
Hate me one way or the other.
You have to wait to watch it.
Yeah, because
why not?
You said it online that I used to put substance in my husband's food.
Who said this?
My father-in-law. Then I would go and F around after. Because he never knew it was my brother-in-law that prepared my husband's last meal. So when he got to realize that it was my brother-in-law, he put a call through to my mother-in-law, and fortunately I was with her that day. So he just called to tell her that he just got to know that it was Adura that prepared my husband's last meal. That Adura and Mama should come over to his house and Ikorodu so they will know how to package the whole thing and put it on my head. I was so fortunate to be Mama that day because I had to put it on record. And
So you have a recording of this?
That they should, so that they will know how to put the on my head. What if it was poison that killed my husband? That Adura should come to him because he does not want to lose another child. Because now he didn't know that it was my brother that prepared his last meal, and he has gone out there to talk about me putting something in his food. Because now we do not know the result, what the autopsy would bring. Like, what if the autopsy said he died of poison? I'm so grateful that I was with my mother that day because I don't know, it's not that I had the intention of recording him, but I just had to do the recording because his intention was really bad. Yeah. And for him to have thought of something like that, I feel like this man does not have my best interest at heart. But I was so fortunate to be my mother that day, so I had to put that thing on record.
But that essentially means that your father-in-law wanted to accuse you of murdering your husband.
He has tried. There is nothing he has not said. So when he got to realize that it was my brother-in-law that prepared that last meal, he stopped that poisoning narrative. Then he moved to many other ones. Yeah.
A question for those of us who may be ignorant of this.
Okay.
Why can't you do the test without him?
The reason is because I've been called different names. He has called me a promiscuous woman. He has called me a cheating wife. I've been called different names. That people tend not to believe whatever I have to say anymore. Like, he has said so many things to my persons, and I feel like if I should get the DNA done without his consent, without him being present,
I'm trying to see.
That will cause another riot. That will cause another problem. Because that is what he actually want me to just do one silly mistake. Because he knows that I already caught him. Like I'm about to stop his means of surviving. And he knows that once, so now you just want to frustrate me to do things out of anger.
Yeah.
So you want to frustrate me to go ahead and do the DNA. So once it is done, then he will start going out there that, the result is fake. And people will believe him because he's been the only one talking. Do you understand?
I get that. But do you think even if it's done in a reputable hospital, he will still be able, people will still believe him? Because if according to you, he's trying to frustrate it.
I don't think you, like, do you go online often and often?
No, I don't.
My father-in-law is not a celebrity. He's everywhere.
So I don't understand what you're doing.
People, like, he's at least in a week. At least he
okay, we should not go there.
Okay. I think, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 or 3 times in a week. So people tend to listen to whatever he has to say because he has been the only one
Okay, we
talking.
should not bother.
Like the
Okay.
rest of the family has just been silent, because of the legacy of my husband. There's no way we would talk or say anything that my husband's name will not be attached to it.
Yeah.
Right now, as I'm here, I'll be addressed as Mohbad's wife or Mohbad's widow. So his name is attached to whatever. So the glory, is being attached. So I don't want his legacy to get ruined for me. But I'm very sure that is why the other family.
Adepeju Wura, V Gold. Please, I'm going to leave the line open immediately she finishes in the interview. Okay? We finished listening to this. Ejo, can you just call in and tell us what she said? Ejo, since you watched the whole thing, people said we should not bother about, me going to watch the rest. Listening to the rest. Since you have listened to everything, please kindly call in. So I'll let you guys call in, okay? I want to make it an open thing. We are not judging here. We are listening to learn and to ask questions. Please, I would like you to call in.
Has been quiet.
Yeah.
And,
So what are you going to do? Because if I understand what you're saying that because of the way that he has mobilized public sympathy,
yeah,
anything you do now will be misinterpreted. So you're being careful.
Yeah.
But it seems like he listens, because if what you're saying is he doesn't want to do this anymore.
He doesn't.
So it feels like you have no other. So what other choice do you have?
That is why I'm here. Like, I feel like there should be an organization protecting children in Nigeria, because I know that all of this thing happening to Liam can never happen abroad.
Now that so he's gone to TV stations.
Yeah.
She said what is happening to Liam cannot happen abroad, which is true. Number two, the way Mohbad's case has gone, if it is abroad, it won't go that way too. No, it won't.
He said this.
Nobody can make do.
Okay, so myself and my lawyer will be going to the court to report these whole incidents to the court, and to also get the permission from the court to get DNA done under their supervision.
Right. So the court will supervise this.
Yes.
So your lawyer is saying that you guys are going to the court to say, let's do this DNA.
Yeah, under your supervision. Yeah, I don't mind. Probably publish it online for people to see.
So you ask the court for permission to publish the DNA.
Yeah, so we can keep them updated on how
this is going.
The whole thing is going on, because I feel like my calmness will just make things worse.
Yeah.
In 5 years, we'll be here till forever.
Yeah.
I know DNA will be done because he seems so uninterested.
It seems like ever since Mohbad died,
yeah,
you have not even had time to grieve your husband.
I've not even wanted the death of my husband. Like, I've not even seen closure at all. It still feels like my husband is still alive because he's in Yaba morgue. He has not been buried.
He has not been buried?
Yeah, he has not been buried. He has not been buried. It's so sad. He has not been buried. And he's been in pieces twice. They literally did 2 autopsies. The government autopsy and the private autopsy my father-in-law did.
Yeah.
Last warning, if you don't get your $25,000 final expense benefit today, you risk missing out on one of the largest senior final...
And I can tell you for a fact that there is no genuine reason why he's still there. My father-in-law has no genuine reason. But he's been going to interviews saying, the government do not want him to get justice. The government is this, the government is that. Like, he's been manipulating the public. Like, he has said so many things. People, I don't feel like there's anything that people would say the people in public faces would believe again, because a lot has been said.
Because all of
he's been gotten interviewed saying
you have his team.
the government have been wanting my husband's the inquest. Meanwhile, it was one of his supporters that the woman is always on TikTok 247. Just all those American women. So the woman was so much interested in the case, and the woman later got to realize that my father-in-law was not being truthful to her. So she said she's interested in the case, and she wants to have her personal lawyer to join the inquest. So the lawyer submitted an application to the magistrate courts that he wants to join the inquest, and he also wants the inquest to start from the beginning again. Like, he wants us to start all over again.
That'll be a third process.
Grace.
The lawyer and the judge.
Grace, I don't know when you joined me. I said it from the onset. Nobody should curse anybody on my page, please. That's the way I'm doing my show now. I don't want insult. I don't want curses while I'm doing my live show. So please kindly delete that comment. Please. Kindly delete the comments. Please. Delete it.
The court has been, there's been back and forth. That is why the inquest is on hold. But my father-in-law has been granting interview, manipulating the government.
So you're saying even your father-in-law is also part of the process of delaying the burial?
That is the funniest thing.
That's
Baba is
But the burial
complaining
of
the
his son is
government is
being
not giving
delayed
him
also
attention.
because of all
He
this
said he's
drama the
manipulating the
father-in-law is
government.
And he knows what to do to get things done. Like all you have to do is just talk to that woman because they used to be friends before they had issues. So all you have to do is just talk to that woman so that the woman can, probably withdraw or, so they can just make an agreement so that the court can open the coroner inquest. But he has refused to do the needful. Instead, he was always going on interviews, screaming the government's name.
But he's the one
Well,
doing
he said
the
he's
process.
manipulating the
Himself,
government.
him
now.
and his supporter.
You
Do
have
you
supporter.
accept the
Baba have
results of the
supporter.
coroner
And Johnny supporter.
I mean, that
The man was supporter a bully
that is another question. That is another thoughtful question because I knew that there is a nurse involved in this case.
Okay.
He
Where's that
reacted
nurse?
to rejection.
Where's the nurse?
And since my husband, even the night my husband died, my father-in-law got to the house. The nurse even narrated everything that happened to him. In fact, my husband's manager wanted to get the nurse arrested that night, but he asked us to let her go. That he does not have any business with her.
Your father-in-law asked them to let the nurse go.
That we should let her go. That he doesn't have any business with her. And even despite the begging that a lot of people begged him not to bury my husband, but he insisted I was going to bury him. In fact, even the day they wanted to bury my husband, they didn't inform me. I got to know online.
He insisted.
You're not informed that you're going to bury your husband.
He insisted, or he was not giving police reports. Then, secondly, why was 2 million sent for him to go and bury that boy? We may not be following everything. There are still some vital questions. Why did they send 2 million for him to go and quickly bury that boy? Why did the police not give him police reports? If not that the system is not working. A working system, the police supposed to go. One round up everybody. Come and explain. Why did the police not give him police reports? Police reports. Mortuary. Why? When somebody cry, they will call the police. Even here, you can't just go and bury somebody without the due process. But he was not giving something. Oh, they let go back on. Hey,
The whole lot. A whole lot has happened. Even the day my husband, even the day of his burial, they wanted to kidnap Liam from me. Like my father-in-law and there's one woman. The one is like I don't know. I don't want to call it. The one is, but they have a relationship. They have a close relationship. It's more like they had plans in collecting Liam from me that day, because it got worse to the extent that we had to put Liam inside nylon to take him out of that space.
So you're saying this battle you've been fighting started from the day?
Second day my husband died up to this moment. And so the fact that the autopsy results came out inconclusive is one thing that I don't. It's hard to accept, because I knew so well that my husband actually had an injury from the fight he had with his friend.
Which friend?
His name is Prime Boy.
Okay.
We are not judging, but we can ask questions from what. For that person that I say we should not judge, we are asking questions from what we had. From what we had. Baba said he was there. They didn't give him police reports. Of one police report. If Chud want to be doing it, if Chud wanted to be open-minded, was Chud not following the question? I mean the story. If your father-in-law, okay, you want to interview somebody on a case, you will have done some homework on that case to know the necessary question. If it is a neutral interview, Jude was supposed to ask. At that point when she said they already buried Mohbad, then Jude would have asked that the father mentioned something like this. What do you have to say about that? Oh, yeah, Jude bury. Abi what him also makes sense. Shane what him also makes sense. I'm not judging now, it's a question. That why your father-in-law said this. Is it true that when he went to the police station, they refused to give him whatever to in the police station? Police reports. Remember, we saw a lot of scene concerning this thing. We are not judging. These are questions I expect you to ask. Immediately that thing happened, Some people inside the bus or inside the car took camera. This is where I became interested in that case. Took camera. Initially, remember we said it was Naira Marley. Before we found out that Naira Marley was not even around when the incident happened. Our incident later, we now saw a video where some people were carrying pictures and said, Mohbad is dead, Mohbad is dead. And inside the car, we are wondering, why are the people inside the car so comfortable to say Mohbad is dead? I was expecting Chud to ask and say, were you in the car with them? Who are the people in that car? Naira Marley was mentioned in this incident. Was Naira Marley around? Was he in the car on that day? Was he present? These are questions Chud is supposed to ask. There are a lot of questions I expected Chud to ask, not her telling stories. If it is truly they want to establish or put out something out there to show that I am not happy, justice has not been done, my late husband is still lying in the morgue, the government is not doing the right thing, the father is not doing the right thing, the father is not helping us. You know, I thought this is supposed to be a cry for help. The father is not helping us. This boy is still in the mortuary. We need to do the right thing. We want the government to help in this case. Then Chud will now ask, okay, you need help for this thing. What are the things? These are the things we saw. At least to clarify and clear our name too. I would want to clear my name. I've been accused of some things. And I have an opportunity. I want to clear my name. Even if the interviewer does not remember some question, I will remind him. I will say they said some of the things that were online. I will say these are the things they are accusing me from. Auntie, did you also listen to all the voice message from Baba Mo on Tolani's platform? No, I don't. I did not. I told you I lost interest in the case at a point. I stopped listening to anything about it. I told you, I don't know if you started with us. So my question is, okay, somebody said there is a purpose for the interview. Okay.
Also knew that he reacted to an injection. Because my husband was fine before the nurse came, although he had an injury. In fact, the day he died, he had a podcast with one girl. What's the girl's name? Susan Park.
Some Pajok.
Pajok, yeah, I think, I don't know. He has a podcast. So for you to know, he was actually, and that was the day our son clocked 5 months. 12. Like that 12 number is a weird number to me. Because, you know, it's the day I'm celebrating my child's birthday and I'm also mourning my husband. So, you know, I knew he reacted to an injection, and the fact that at the end of the autopsy it came out inconclusive just because of one mistake that my father-in-law made. The fact that he buried him. No, it was not buried. It should have been another thing entirely, but because he was buried, so they said his body has already decomposed. So most of the tissues that they are supposed to remove from his body has rotten.
No matter how long somebody has been buried, they exhume people that has been buried for years here, and they will still do autopsy and get the results. Was Chud not following this thing? Now she mentioned the autopsy again. Why can't Chud ask that? The government said they did an autopsy, but the hospital they said they did the autopsy said no, the government never did any autopsy with them. Chud obey the right questions. No. Chud was not asking the right questions. So how is the autopsy the Baba's fault? Or how is the autopsy because the body has been in the mortuary for long, but it decomposed? No, that was Lagos State saying what they want to say. We are not judging, but we can ask questions now. We can reason now. I don't know how many of you that are listening to me that live abroad. Or if you don't even live abroad, you know about all this kind of a thing. They exhume people that has been buried for years. Turn them man shaking. Comment here. Were you there? Why can't you calm down? None of us was at the scene. Mohbad's father has been caught in a lie several times. I am not talking about that. I'm not interested in whatever Baba Mohbad said. I'm not interested in whatever she said. But I'm interested in what happened that we saw, that we can see, that we saw the evidence online. I said the government told us that they did autopsy in a clinic, in one laboratory here, and the laboratory came out to say, no, there was nothing like that. So where was that coming from? Then Chud should have asked. But she said Baba Mohbad did not allow them to do autopsy because, she said the body has decayed. And because of that, they can't do autopsy. And I said, no matter how long, they can do autopsy if they want to.
And the fact that it came up inconclusive is one thing I don't even want to accept. Because Liam would go up to say all of these things and he would ask me questions.
Definitely will.
And the story would not be interesting if at the end of the day there was no justice for his father.
Yeah.
The fact that he was bullied, by his oppressors, that alone is another thing that is outside. And up to this moment, nothing was done to it.
Right.
The fact
that you're talking about the whole Naira thing.
Yes. The fact that the bullying part, the bullying part is part of the reason why the whole world came out for justice.
Yeah.
And up to this point, the police actually promised us that they will be brought to book and all of that. But up to this point, nothing was done.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
So you agree that whole bullying is part of what led to the death?
If you're over 60 and live independently, you need to watch this.
Even NDLA, even the NDLA that we saw, that the boy was saying they gave him something to drink. Oh, you can't arrest him when in a normal society.
Kill somebody with sword before killing them. I'm not gonna lie to you. They cannot deny the fact that they made life so unbearable for my husband.
And Naira is cruelly unbearable for your husband.
They cannot deny that fact. That one thing they cannot deny. A lot of people might be everywhere to support them in bashing me, so that I wouldn't talk the bullying aspects. But the few ones that are online cannot be erased. And Liam will go up to say all of those things. And I just pray that boy will not go up to be traumatized, because imagine seeing a group of people beating his father that way. It is traumatizing, because even me that is his wife, whenever I think about those things, it really breaks me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but at this point I'm fighting for my life and the life of my child. So, and his father is not even his father has been on the Naira side. He has been talking, he has been speaking for them. He has been trying to save them.
Why do you think he's doing that?
So who am I? I don't know. For any reason best known to him, I don't know. I really do not know. I really do not know. So
essentially, you're saying that the justice for Mohbad hasn't been gotten
up to this.
Somebody said everyone is bullying this lady. May we not be widow at 23. That comment, Oyimakpadawa, Lori YouTube. A case just happened in South Africa. A policeman died, and on the day of the burial, the wife. Okay, the comment has come back. ST. On the day of the burial, the wife was the one crying most. At the end of the day, they found out it was the wife that sent Aya Killer to buy this man. In a normal society, I feel her pains. It's on a normal setting. I feel the pains of every widow. They called me yesterday that somebody I don't even know lost her husband. Musari send DSC. You know what? See, when something happens, especially in these controversial circumstances, the first suspects, the people they will stay on their neck are the people that are around 24 hours will be the prime suspects. 48 hours will be part of the suspects. They are the people they will ask a lot of questions and drill. Okay? Baba Mohbad said the boy was embalmed before he got there. Who embalmed that boy? That should be the question. The man said he met the boy under the stairs where they laid the boy, his dead body. Who did that? Another question, they said they saw stained or soaked bed sheets with blood. How did that come about? There are so many questions. You see, this bullying that she's mentioning, we know they bullied the boy. We saw the video that he was bullied. Naira Marley and Sam Larry. And we saw where the parents went to beg Sam Larry too. Naira Marley, yes. We saw where they went to beg Naira Marley. But they were nowhere near close to when he was going to die. This is not, the bully is a different case entirely. The arrest of the NDLA is another thing. Okay? The area of NDLA is another thing that calls for questioning and also for concern, because it could be anybody's child that will be in that situation. That boy was crying. Oh, no phone, we need come. If it is a normal society, people want to ask questions why that boy was arrested by NDLA. why he was giving something to drink. You know, they want to ask. And because you remember, even when that boy died, the first news we got was that he died of ear infection. Who threw that narration outside? They said it was ear infection that died him. Have you forgotten? They said ear infection. So where was that ear infection narration coming from? Where was it coming from? After that, they said it was injury on the hand. And the injury we saw a hand. We saw a swollen hand with injury. Later, they said it was the injection of the nurse. Okay, where is the nurse? In a normal society, that nurse is supposed to be behind bars. If the nurse acted unprofessional and it resulted to somebody dying, people are working here in abroad as a caregiver, as a nurse, as a medical practitioner, anybody buy somehow on your hand, you will go to court. You will write reports. You want to explain, even if the person buy under normal circumstances, as long as you are there, you are the one caring for that person. You are the one caring for that person. You will write a case notes. You will give details of how the last time the person spoke, what the person ate, whatever the person did to the last minute. As long as you are present, you will give details. So asking the question people are asking is normal. Stop saying people ate this girl. Stop saying so. Nobody ate her. We don't know her. We don't know the family. But this could be anybody. It could be anybody's child. The necessary question has to be asked. So stop saying they hate her. Nobody ate her. Why is her story not the same thing? Why is her story not tallying? Incident report, thank you. And if they find you guilty, that if there was anything, there was negligence when you were caring for that person, you will go to jail for it. It's negligence, so you did not do it purposely, oh. But as long as they find your hand, that while you are doing it, while you are caring for that person, something happened to that person, they will carry that person, you will go to court, and if the court find you guilty, you will throw you to jail. It's the normal thing. There has been too many narration, too many stories to how this guy died. Too many stories. Why is it so difficult? This is what happened, no. When my husband came back, we were in the house, so there were this person, no. I have people in the house that was there. They were with me together. They can bear me witness. At least 24 hours too. We slept together. We ate together. We did this together. We did all that together. And at the end of the day, suddenly, this is what I saw. And this is the person that was in the house when it happened. Nobody ate her. We don't know her. We have no business with her. We are only speaking so that it will not happen to somebody else. So that they will not carry somebody else and clear like that, and it will just go. It can be your child, it can be my child. Why you now turn it to somebody hates her, somebody hates her? Hate her for what? Do we know her? I will not see her outside and recognize her. I won't. I can't recognize her because I've never met her. So why do you just think people are asking questions? And that was why I said, please do not curse this lady. Do not curse her. We are not related to any of the family. Even the way the mother has been carrying on. Has the mother behaved like a mother? Has she behaved like a mother? At a point, even the mother and the lady, they were fighting each other. Sentiments, me like the sentiments the man basing, please.
And the justice for Mohbad that your father-in-law is asking for is not the same justice for Mohbad that the public is asking.
It is not.
Yeah. And you're essentially fighting on two fronts.
Yeah.
You are fighting for justice for your husband.
Yeah.
Again, and then you're having the people who are supporting his oppressors.
You said, Auntie, what if she already told the police? Oh, shoot. Comment here, Tilo. You said, what if she already told the police? What has the police told us concerning this case? Go and watch police interview. The first time this thing happened, that they arrested a prime boy. Do you remember what the police first said? What were on social media? Police said, while Mohbad and the friend was fighting, that Mohbad hit his hand inside a glass. Where is the car? Where is the car? The police said when they were fighting, that Mohbad fought with his friend. That was why they arrested Prime Boy. And Prime Boy never saw the guy. They only saw the last time. Prime Boy said they never fought. That yes, he was upset. They said he hit his hand, and the hand entered inside the window, and the window injured his hand. We now saw this thing and said, Olopa, Nigeria Olopa, this is your line, no hard up. If somebody should hit his hand inside a glass, the wound will not be one place. The wound will have started, the scratch will have started from, and it will have multiple scratches, not just one scratch. We never saw the car that the glass broke till now. They never made it public. Even Olopa's story didn't add up. So why should we believe anything was said to the police or believe anything coming from the police? The police actually messed this case up. The police were not up to their duties. They failed woefully. They failed woefully. Starting from the narration that it was Prime Boy that he fought with. Starting from that, they failed woefully. They arrested Prime Boy. Then if it was Prime Boy that pied him, why did they leave Prime Boy? Why did they release Prime Boy? I think they arrested like 2 or 3 people. Why did they leave them? At a point, they now said it was the nurse. The medication the nurse gave him. Where is the nurse today? Where is the nurse? Why is it difficult for the police to do their job? I don't blame Wunmi. I blame Nigerian police in their negligence. I blame Nigerian police. Probably they know what we don't know. That was why they messed up the case. The case is, as far as I'm concerned, the case is messed up. That case is messed up. Because if it is not messed up, we won't be the one to be talking. Kilo Konwa, when a case happened here, nobody will start shouting. By the time people shout once or twice, police will just be giving reports. They will just be giving reports on the case. This is how the case is going. This is how the case is going. This is how the case is going. And everybody will be monitoring it. It is not as if we will now be the judge and the jury, or will be the spectator and the performer at the same time. No, we will just be monitoring what is going on. It is because we don't have a government, we don't have a running system. That is why it has concerned some of us. And because of what we saw on social media, how can they treat this boy like this? How can somebody fight like this? Why is the story different? Why are they bringing different narration? Why is it so difficult to say what actually fight this guy? Why is it so difficult? If not, nobody will talk. If they are doing what they are supposed to do. Olopa is the medication that they gave her. They gave him medication. The medication, he now had goose flesh. They now pour water. Olopa Nigeria disgrace around. They embarrass themselves. Because who goes to a crime scene? Who goes to a crime scene and leave the people in that crime scene to still continue to live in that crime scene? It's not done in any sane society. That place is supposed to be sealed up. At a point, Oyinbo told us, I said Oyinbo, Olopa told us that they saw certain injection. Later they said it was another injection. The Olopa story did not write. They messed up everything. Nigerian system messed up everything. So I'm not blaming the lady. If they are done their job, all these things we are saying, let us talk from now till tomorrow. Let her grant interview from now till tomorrow. They are the one to do the right thing. And for them to have lied, it shows that there is more to this case. Why will Nigerian government, a whole Nigeria Lagos state government, reason, why will Nigerian government, a whole Lagos state government, tell us that they went to do autopsy, toxicology in American laboratory, only for that laboratory to come out and say there was nothing like that? They don't have any record of that name in their system. That says a lot. Mohbad. Iku wo ni Mohbad iku. Kí ló lè tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí. You know what? I even feel for the lady. I feel for Wunmi. Wunmi might be in a tight corner too. Tí ò gbọdọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ síta. Tó bá fẹ́ lẹ́mìí ara ẹ̀ lò. Ibi tẹ́mi conclude ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn sí nìyẹn. Because after so many things came out, after we started hearing so many things, after so many things started coming out, I sat down one day. I said this lady too might even be at risk. Her life might not even be safe too. Tó yẹ pé kò gbọdọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó bá mọ̀. Because the case is too, ó ti dàbí movie. The case is just like a movie. Now, ó ti dàbí thriller. Because what is the interest of the government in this case? To be covering up and be lying to us? That is the question you should ask yourself. if you are a truth, if you really want justice, or you want to be truthful, why will the government, Lagos state government, give us lie on this case? What is their interest in the case? That is the question we should ask. What is their interest in this case for them to lie to us? Everything is still on social media. I mean, still there on Google. What was their interest? Don't fi parọ́. Tí bàbá bá lóhun ò sin ọmọ, without bàbá bearing that child, no close, closure ló ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. For everybody, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ wájú, kò sẹ́ni tó máa lọ sẹ́yìn.
As you call them, attacking you.
Yeah.
And you're also being attacked by your father-in-law.
Father-in-law.
At the same time.
Yeah.
And your father-in-law seems to be supporting the people who you say oppressed your husband.
Yes.
How are you taking care of yourself in all of this? How?
Is it, like, you mean financially?
Yes, financially, emotionally. What is your support system? How are you taking care of yourself?
It's just God's grace.
Okay.
And also,
based on what I said now, that at a point I started feeling for her that she might be in danger too. Komale Sorosita. Somebody said, but then in that case, she should have found a way to narrate the true story to Baba so Baba can rest. You know why that might be difficult? Remember, some people came into the case and drew her close. They might manipulate her. Remember, she's a young girl. Wọ́n lè manipulate ẹ̀. Wọ́n lè máa dẹ́rù bòun náà. Pé má ṣe kankan, kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Má dáhùn. You understand? But my own is that, what is the interest of Lagos state government in the case to cover up?
So my families, my family has been my pillar. They've been there for me, my mom, my dad, my auntie, and my elder brother. Like, I'm so grateful for the gift of them, because they've made, like, they've shown me love. Like, they've shown me all the love I deserve. And
Ibi tó dé nìyẹn, yòókù is not really relevant. So the number to call is +1 240. Ṣé woman yẹn wà ńbẹ̀ that says she wants to call, that says she can call in? She said there is more to the video than the 30 minutes we listen to. Wunmi said she was cooking fried rice when the nurse... No, she said it was Adura that cooked the last meal in this interview. Oh, she initially said she was cooking fried rice. She said it was Adura that cooked the last meal for Mohbad. It was in this interview. She mentioned it inside this interview. So the number to call is +1 240 351 9287. So the narration, the story is too many, it's too plenty. Oh, Karimo, Karimo too is there. Ṣé mo pé story yẹn gùn. Èmi ò dé follow wọn mọ́ gbà tó dé stage kan. Èmi ò follow wọn mọ́ because gbogbo mo pé mi ò rí justice tó ń wá ní family wọn. So kí wá ntí wá. You understand? Mi ò rí justice kankan that anybody is looking for. So I was like, I beg, I'm not in for all this. Ẹ̀yà ọmọ tó yẹ kó sunkún gidi. Kó gbéra ṣọ́lẹ̀ ká kí lu àánú àwọn abiyamọ ṣe. Ìyá ọmọ gan ò sunkún kí wá ntèmi. Ni mo ṣe ya wò báyìí. Karimo too is there. Ẹnijọ́ mẹ́ta tí Karimo bọ́ta that was trying to fight her mother. Àbí ta ló ń bá jà ń gbà yẹn. Tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣoríṣiríṣi. Mo kàn wo gbogbo wọn báyìí ni. Ikú tó pọ̀ ọmọ yẹn. Ó yẹ ẹlẹ́dàá ọmọ yẹn. The number to call, ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé +1 240 351 9287. Èèyàn kan was saying that we didn't listen to the interview, full interview. I mean, stand lórí nǹkan tèmi sọ from onset that if things like this happen, what they do is to... If I miss your call, I'm calling you back. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
So, actually, I'm also the program.
Show, Benny.
Real talk with Aunty Aduuni.
Benny, sir.
Okay. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. First is that the issue raised here, I want to address them point by point. She mentioned the fact that Baba was accusing the lawyer over the properties.
Ben.
Please, who should the lawyers be reporting to, if not Baba, who remain recognized as the head of the family? That is the first point. Because to me, as the head of the family, anything that has to do with Mohbad's properties, if everything is for layout, the lawyer should be reporting to Baba, being the head of Aloba family. Secondly, she said that Baba has been frustrating the issue of the DNA. DNA is secondary to the issue here. The primary goal is justice for Mohbad.
What led to his death, Benny?
DNA is secondary because the positivity and negativity of DNA may bring out the cause, but cannot be used as a negotiation. It can't be a concession. For somebody to say, if the DNA is settled, then the issue of justice for Mohbad is settled. You can't use it as a concession for this case. Then she told us that Baba has been going on social media. Please, the whole world. Who started the story of noise infection? Who tweeted that, oh, what a part? Is it not social media that person was using rather than talking to the authority? Who told us that Baba already buried his son? Who told us that Baba collected 2 million naira to quickly bury his son? They, at the beginning, they tweeted everything against this man using the social media. And the man had to struggle back to explain himself.
So, Benny.
This lady also told us, yes, he also told us that in this interview now, she said the nurse narrated everything to Baba the night Mohbad died. The woman who was cooking fried rice and did not witness what she told us at Corona, that she didn't witness what the nurse administered of Mohbad. Is she now telling us that the nurse was negligent to what she did not witness? Did woman tell Baba the nurse killed Mohbad or treated Mohbad? Did nurse told Baba that he killed Mohbad or she treated Mohbad? Did woman tell the hospital that the nurse killed Mohbad? Did woman tweeted the nurse or Neramali or Sam Larry did it? Did he tell the police, because they went to police station together, did they tell the police officer when they wanted to get the police extract that please, so it was not that treated him, let us put it in the police extract? And the policeman did not detain all of them. Even the policeman, the fact that somebody brought a corpse to the police station and he refused to give them a report, he should have detained everybody. Did the nurse detain all of them?
That's true.
Did they need Baba? Did they need Baba to get the nurse arrested?
At all.
Even if the nurse refused, even if Baba refused them, Baba is not a medical expert. The nurse only said that, only said Baba that he was caught in and he did what he had to do. So what ground will Baba say that the nurse should be arrested? It was the police that should have listened to them and get whoever should be arrested. Then they talk about, it was said that Baba was exploring social media. That is
then somebody just mentioned it was the sister. Hello, sir. It was the sister that first went to Daddy Freeze to go and grant interview. Karimo.
Exactly.
Somebody just mentioned it.
Exactly. And they, she told us something. They said that Mohbad was stabbed. Mohbad had injury. Police said Mohbad was bleeding
profusely.
And
thank you.
This Wunmi is telling us now that Mohbad had interview the day he died. So somebody who was bleeding previous day till the following day profusely, he had the strength to grant interview the day he died.
And you follow that, Danny? I stopped following you.
The mission, Neramali and Sam Larry bullied Mohbad. In the video that we held here that went viral, Neramali was even, Mohbad was telling Wunmi to back Pami, which one is even more concrete?
Okay, that video that came out.
Which one is
by
more
most
concrete?
of the
Is that not
things.
bullying at home? Bullying from outside and bullying at home? Which one has more effect on Mohbad? You said Baba was protesting against the government. So are you happy that about what government has done? So is Baba protesting against the government not good for you?
Okay, that's
you said
true.
One of Baba's supporter. You said she said one of Baba's supporter discovered that Baba has not been truthful. So he went to inquest to stop the inquest, and Baba should have talked to that person. So you even know that the person who you claim to be Baba's supporter was not happy with Baba, and you're happy that they stopped the inquest. And you cannot even call that person on the program that this is somebody who stopped the inquest from establishing the cause of my husband's death. You can say it was being economical with the truth. He was even trying to please everybody, even the public. But that show, it was the public stunt that went wrong. And if you see a response to everything she said today, people who have conscience should tell this lady to stop kissing our head. He was telling us that Baba called Adura, called Mama Mohbad, and he recorded Baba that they should come home. Baba has been saying it openly. Baba said Adura should come and tell me what happened to his brother. That this guy that is lying now, that is Adura that cooked Indomie. Hope they will not twist it. Let me know what happened. I don't want to lose two sons at the same time.
Okay.
Adura, come and confess if you are the one. Come and tell me the truth. She's speaking it now. that Baba said that he should come home to lie so that he can put everything on her. That is a lie. Today, this lady never addressed what happened to Mohbad 12 hours before his death. This lady never told us what happened at the hospital. This woman never told us what happened inside the car. This woman is just telling us Baba and Mohbad are not in good terms. What is our business with that? Is that because of Mohbad's death? The fact that there is a difference in every family. That is related to the son. Is not telling us that Baba lost, Baba was the best father, Baba was this,
yes.
Baba
That's true.
Yes. Baba you could not give placenta to. People before the death of Mohbad, you could not give that same man a placenta. So what are we talking about? A man who prayed for you, who was with you, who wanted you to have engagement.
She said it.
After you are taking it, the same man you cannot give placenta to. And you know what they are now trying to do now? Let me tell you what they are trying to do.
What's that?
Because Baba is requesting that the autopsy be done by hospital approach.
Okay.
They now want to rush to say that they are also rushing to court to do their own autopsy. Where are they going to take the sample from? The autopsy that they want to do on their own. Where did they want to take the sample from?
But I thought she said they can't do autopsy again. I thought she said they can't do autopsy again.
It's about properties. Everything she's telling us is about properties. And it's sad that dude did not ask the right question. It's so sad. Let me allow other people to contribute. Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir. It means I think back most of this thing, honestly. Timba miss call him Mark. I want you to pay gun. If I miss your call, I'll call you back. I think back most of it. Because at the point I just got pissed off. But no, this is not about justice anymore. They won't need ya. You should have a common ground. Hello, ma. You are on, ma.
Hello, Jay. Okay. Thank you for bringing this thing up again. You know, like me, I don't think this girl killed Mohbad. I don't think this girl killed Mohbad. There are a lot of things going on. As you are talking now, as the confession is coming, I noticed 3 things.
Yes, ma'am.
First of all, husband always say, tó bá pa mí, ìwọ ló pa mí, ìwọ ló ṣe nǹkan kan fún mi. Àwọn kan wá máa ń sọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ játijàti yẹn. Tọ́ba ìgbà jọ́jà, ṣóyè yín, àwọn kan wá máa ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Then, ṣe rí nǹkan tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀, ṣe rí àwọn ìjọba yìí, wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó pa Mohbad. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ sọ ni, ọmọ yìí kọ́ ló pa Mohbad. First of all, NDLE water tán lọ fún un, tán lọ kó gbogbo wọn, wọ́n fún lómi mu. Wọ́n àmọ́ nǹkan kan nípẹ̀, wọ́n parí ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Wọ́n lọ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lọ sí ọlọ́pàá, àárín nǹkan kan tó wà níbẹ̀. Then ìjà tán jà ní Kòòdú, tó yẹ pé wọ́n ní gbogbo yẹn náà tún pẹ̀lú tó fi délé sáré òdá, ìyẹn wà níbẹ̀. Then ẹni tó báwo ni ìta ló kí ló dédé tán tẹ̀sẹ̀ sáré sẹ́ndì ọmọkúlé ní àjẹkú lánàá ọmọkúlé náà bí whatever tó ń sọ ẹni tó sẹ́ndì 2 million kí ló dé tó lè yá bẹ́ẹ̀ ni
2 million sí
2 million yẹn ní immediate ìyẹn náà yẹ ká fura sí. So èmi kàn ní kémi kàn sọ nǹkan tí ń wù gbogbo bó ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn èmi rò pé ọmọ yìí ló pa ọkọ ẹ̀ nǹkan kan wà bẹ́ẹ̀
tó dípà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni there is something deeper in this case. Yes.
nǹkan kan wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ṣẹ́rí gbogbo narrative táwọn èèyàn wá ń sọ àwọn tó fi méèkó owó gan tán ti ra ilé tán ti kọ́lé tán ti ra mọ́tò wọ́n pọ̀ díẹ̀ èmi mọ̀ dájú ọmọ ìkọ́ ló pa something is behind Mohbad's death nǹkan kan wà lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ tá a mọ̀ tán dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká mọ̀ kí ló dé látijọ́ yìí kí ló dé ẹ̀yin náà wà lamẹ́ríkà náà gbogbo nǹkan tó ń kú ní Amẹ́ríkà tó dẹ̀ yà ń ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ pápápá wọ́n ń ṣe pápápá à ń ráṣìírí ó wá di tìlú wa gbogbo ẹ̀dẹ́ ìdí kínní wọ́n tún sọ wípé ibi tó tún gbé lọ wọ́n tún ní wọ́n ń purọ́ ń bẹ̀ ni what's going on ta ló ń purọ́ fúnrọ́ ṣé Wùmí ló máa ní agbára tí ò ní jẹ́ kán lọ ṣe autopsy níbi tó ti fẹ́ ṣe èmi ò rò pé Wùmí ló pa èmi ò ní purọ́ torí obìnrin lèmi àbí obìnrin ni mí mo dẹ̀ lóbìnrin lọ́mọ nǹkan tí mi máa sọ nìyẹn Wùmí kọ́ ló pọn Mohbad tọ́ba lóòtù gbogbo nǹkan tí ń sọ yìí ẹ ṣe Ọlọ́run a máa fún yín ṣe ojú yín máa ń kún rege ó ga o ẹ wá di òrèǹté ó ga fún yín o ó dàbọ̀ thank you okay.
Timba, if I miss your call, I will call you back. Hello.
Something is behind.
If you have to call me, kindly English, please. English speaking platform, Lily, please. So English, and kindly turn down the other phone.
Yes, I did already.
Thank you very much.
Aunty, my take in it, I will just say some few things. Number one, even if somebody is buried for 30 years, if the person is exhumed, they will still know the cause of death.
Then
they have 40 years DNA storage here in America that they catch people through the genealogy. You know, those are ancestral something.
That's true.
They'll say this case was 1959. This person that is born in 1985 has almost the same DNA as the criminal we've been looking for since 1959. Then they will link it and they'll get the actual fact. So I'm letting Wunmi know that burying Mohbad early does not hinder the DNA, does not hinder the autopsy. Number 2, the video, I just want to be very calm because you know I'm very, very aggressive when talking, when I'm angry. But I want to be calm because this is about life.
Where my other people so the other people can come.
It won't be long, Auntie. It won't be long. Where's the video? At this point in time, if 2 chickens are fighting on the street, they record. You know that. Where's the video between him and Prime Boy that is fighting? Number 2.
God bless you.
Why did they take Baba to the police station that is not within the perimeter of the estate? There is a police station that is said to be closer to Mohbad estate. Why did they take him somewhere else? Where are those boys saying Mohbad died?
Why were those boys not arrested? Right? Those boys that say Mohbad is dead.
Then let me know. Nobody is after her. If the same thing happens to you, Wunmi, everybody will come after Mohbad.
That's
all
true.
Over the world, Western world, everybody that is closer to the person, 48 hours, 24 hours, 5 minutes before the person fights, they all have to go on that
for questioning
investigation.
Thank you.
And the crime scene has to be sealed up. Okay? And was Baba there when they embalmed him? Baba came later in the day. The nurse must have been gone a long time.
Why was he embalmed? Why was that boy embalmed?
Why was he embalmed before Baba came? Why was the lawyer there? Why was the imam there? The major thing that started all this thing was Wunmi's sister. She came and she muddled everything together. And Wunmi too went online and gave the whole world a different narrative. You have your own, what are they calling? What are these people working for you? But you are pointing an accused finger to Baba. Let me tell you one thing. The interview, Chud or whoever did, is the charm. No, that's not the way to conduct an interview. I am not a journalist, but I know the tie of a chicken from the tie of a cow. That interview was just a premeditated or preamble.
It doesn't even look like an interview to me. It looks like somebody just coming out to talk. It doesn't look like an interview.
Yes. You know why Wunmi is out? You know why she's out? Let me tell you. I lost my husband 5 years ago. I am still grieving. Talk less of a young, promising boy. That boy's demise, Aunty Aduuni, I swear, he gave me so much depression that I was withdrawn for so long.
It affected me too when it happened.
It really affected me so badly that I didn't even trust anybody. I became very, very protective of my children, even my grandchildren. You know, I do not trust anybody anymore. And Wunmi, nobody is pointing an accusing finger to you. It's the spouse that is always the prime suspect all over the world.
Ben,
then you are not helping
the really question very
well.
You are
a Yoruba girl. You are a Yoruba girl. Nǹkan tó ṣe máa ń sọ fáwọn obìnrin nìyẹn, ẹ má da ọkọ yín nìkan fẹ́. Ẹ tẹ̀ try láti ní èèyàn kan nínú ẹbí ọkọ. Ìyá Mohbad is just after money. Ìyá Mohbad is a glutton. Ọlọ́kùnjẹ Ìyá Mohbad. She's just after money. And she's trying to use Wunmi as a yardstick for Baba because of their past history. And this boy, I expected Wunmi to say, all I want now is justice for my husband. She never mentioned justice for Mohbad for once in that interview. All she's talking about, and let me tell you, if you care to know, Islamically, it's just that Yoruba people that say, Islamically, let me tell you today, Baba is entitled to Mohbad's property. Because if Mohbad was alive, if Mohbad had 4 wives, they have to share the property into 5 places. 1 for the parents, 4 for the wives. The wives will give the children. And if Baba and Mama are still together living under the same roof, they will give them a portion. If they are living separately, they will share it into half and give Baba 1, give Mama the other half. Because if Mohbad was to be alive, he will be feeding his parents. So Islamically, Baba is entitled to Mohbad's property. Let's not put sentiment. And let me tell you one thing. Let's not put sentiment and being biased and, playing pity party here. We're all mothers. Don't let because of what we want to eat. Don't let your mouth lead you to where you don't want to go. Emma je kama fi nkota ba fe je, kama fi ba nkota fe jeje. Gbogbo wa labiamo. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa ní room Mohbad yẹn. I will speak Yoruba now. Tó máa wò pé kí ọmọ yẹn fò ṣánlẹ̀ kúkú. The boy that everybody, no, I've never seen something like that in my life. Everybody in the whole world they celebrated that boy. Then Wunmi should know. Let me tell you one thing, Wunmi. If somebody is threatening you, you came for this interview purposely because you just want to go and get Aduro somewhere. They are telling you to come, and the police said you should come to the police station. They issue a warrant for you to come and do interview with the police. for investigation. You refuse to go. I don't know who your godfather is. I don't know who is after Mohbad. If it's somebody, she understand. Aunty Aduuni, I want to call your attention to something. Is you people don't notice anything. Everybody that has hands, investigation Mohbad, and will go before every one of them. Really? On fire, let me tell you one thing.
I'm just hearing this.
Yes, you are protecting your own son. Who is a lady liar? No, where I'm going. Auntie, where I'm going. I'll get to where I'm going. And you expected Baba not to look for what killed, not what died a boy of 20-something years. To logo lapo photo philosophy school. To told you single-handedly. Let me tell you one thing. I keep telling people, you looking at your child alone, even if the child doesn't give you money, you looking at your child alone, on progress.
You'll be happy.
It's a joyous thing to parent.
To every parent.
It gives you joy.
It
gives you, even you at 24/7, or you will still know, oh, my son, my child, my daughter. You are protecting your own child. Papa too has the right to know what Pai has his own son too.
Father God, that money make I go poly. I go poly, but I no go class. Daddy, I am sorry.
Daddy, I am sorry. And let me tell you, Mohbad. Let me tell you, Mohbad.
Kilo shele.
At the end of the day, this boy will end up hating you. Because you didn't let him find justice for his brother. And you, Mohbad, simply Tom Rash, Akpama Kaba for you. You refuse to ask for justice for your son. But when somebody justice for that boy, you people will come after them. Let me tell you, what goes around comes around. There's a saying that said, if you pull somebody up from the peak of success, don't worry. At the peak of your own success, somebody will give you a slide. Somebody will throw hammer in the wheel of your own progress too. It might take time, but it's still, karma is a beast. It's still going to come after you. Thank you, Aunty Aduuni. I don't have anything.
Thank you, man.